All right, it looks like we are live. Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Top 5 with Chance Ellison. I am, of course, your host, Chance Ellison, and this week, in honor of the Snyder Cut, which, guys, you excited about that? 4 hours of Zack Snyder doing whatever the fuck he wants. Kill me. We decided to take a look at, what is Snyder about in this phase of his life? It's all about superheroes. So we decided to look at the best of the best today. We're looking at the top 5 best superhero portrayals of all time. And I have an absolutely stacked panel to talk about with me today. First of which, to my, I don't know much to my left. I think he's on my left. Yeah, on my left. You know this dude, tech whiz, great photographer, funny dude, Dwayne Burke. Dwayne, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to see what we've all brought to the table here for hero portrayals.
Oh yeah, these kind of shows are always really fun. But I'm happy you could be here, man. Thanks for joining. To my other side, you know him, you love me. He's the Barbarian. He will literally do a stream on anything. But I'm so happy to have him on stream for this. It is Craig Gagne, the Barbarian. Craig, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I am very excited to talk about superheroes and the people who portray them. I'm very curious I feel like there's going to be like 2 or 3 we all agree on, and then we're going to fight tooth and nail for the last 2.
Yeah, this is it can become a bloodbath very fast. Below me, I'm going to choose them together because they are kind of a package deal. From the Jader and Kyle show, it's Jader and Kyle. Guys, how you doing?
What up?
Hey,
How's it going,
thanks
guys?
for having us, Chance. I feel like Craig's the ultimate Mr. Reliable. Like, he's just there whenever
he is. Either way, guys, I honestly I didn't think I was gonna be able to do this week, but you guys were all available, so I'm happy. I'm happy you guys were able to kind of show up. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, like I said at the top of the show, we are here to discuss the top 5 best superhero portrayals. But as anyone who's watched the show knows before, or seen the show before knows, I don't bring guests here to present the top 5 list. No, that's no fun. I bring guests here to make the top 5 lists. So the way things work here is we make a top 5 in 3 different selection rounds. First one is the nominations round. We are each going to go around the horn and nominate a actor or actress who has played a superhero. And we're going to do that until we get to a top 7. In order for an actor to actually make the top 7, they have to get 3/5 majority votes. So I am going to go first because, there's certain ones that you just got to get out of the way because they're going to make a list, and I take those bullets for you. You're welcome. I do that for my panelists. First one I'm going to throw up there for consideration is I think that no superhero portrayal list is complete without this man. I'm, of course, talking about Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yep.
Yay.
From the second you see, hold on, Craig. Hold on. Let me give me some time to talk about Hugh Jackman. From the second you see Hugh Jackman in the first X-Men movie, you don't see an actor playing a character. You see a character you've grown up reading your entire life, just from the way he moves, the way he acts, and the fact that he just totally embodied that animalistic side that Wolverine has. He is a focal point of many X-Men movies because we love him in the role so much, and he came back in 2017 with maybe the best lead performance in any comic movie of all time with Logan. He's excellent in that film, and it's maybe the most heartfelt portrayal of a superhero I've ever seen in a movie. So, yeah, I think that there are a few actors who are definite locks for a top 7 of this kind of list, and I think he's definitely one of them. But maybe I'm wrong. That's my vote. I think Craig's on my side. So, Craig, Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, does he make the list?
Yeah, like I said before, I thought there'd be like 3 that would just be easy consensus, and this is one of them. Hugh Jackman. The what's really telling about how great Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine is that the X-Men films varied in quality over their 17, 19 years.
Understatement of the fucking millennium.
And no matter what the quality of the film was, Hugh Jackman was MVP. Hugh Jackman was there. He was fantastic, carrying the load, even if his claws looked like they were cartoon claws from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was there giving it his all, and he was accepting of the criticism. And I this is hands down my number 1 pick.
All right, so that's 2 votes for him to make the top 7. I'm going to go to Kyle next. Kyle, does Hugh Jackman make top 7?
He does, but I'm not as passionate about it as you guys. I love his work singing in The Greatest Showman, so you have to throw him in on there. Hugh Jackman has been he's been great ever since the year 2000 portraying this character, and it's really hard to make something last over almost 2 decades. So, yeah, I think this is kind of one of the more obvious choices.
All right, so Hugh Jackman is the first person to take up a spot on the top 7. Jader, Dwayne, you guys did not get votes. So, Jader, what would you say about Hugh Jackman's Wolverine?
You guys kind of hit the nail on the head, to be completely honest with you. Every time that you see, I see him, and I'm always like, oh, it's Wolverine. Like, obviously, we've seen a bunch of bodies of work from him, but he was just from the. It's crazy that you said from the very first X-Men. He embodied this character. He did, and then every single step after that, he just took it up a notch. When you saw X2, he was like, holy shit! Like, we've never seen he didn't go full berserker mode or anything like that, but that scene in the mansion he kind of did. But he goes fucking insane. That's what I'm saying. So you're like, holy shit! And every single time, and then obviously his send off with Logan was just a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. It's my second favorite comic book film of all time. So definitely worth. Hugh Jackman definitely would have made this list. So,
and Dwayne would have been a clean sweep.
So I'll be honest, when I started doing the prep for this, I kind of was like, I don't need to think about Hugh Jackman because someone else is gonna bring him up.
But would you said yes? Yeah, so
no. He's a definite yes. It's just okay. When I was doing this, he wasn't someone I even spent time on because I was of course he's gonna get brought up by at least half of the panel. So let me give some thought to some other folks, but he's a definite yes, 100%.
Trust me, Dwayne, the show, it's not always this easy. It's much tougher as this goes on. Speaking of which, Dwayne, how about you take the next nomination? Who do you want to throw up first for the top 7?
Okay, my nomination, and I think we're going to have varying decisions on who played this particular character. I'm going to nominate Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Wow.
I know a lot of people only like to give the shine to Michael Keaton or Christian Bale or the live action Batman, Adam West. But Kevin Conroy has played Batman and Bruce Wayne more than anyone ever will. And he has done it phenomenally. And I mean, if we want to be technical, he has done it in a live action setting. Now that we've got Crisis on Infinite Earths last year, but he's been my Batman since I was a child. When we got live action films and Batman didn't sound like Kevin Conroy, I was thrown off. I thought that was Batman. And we make fun of Christian Bale's Batman voice, but the reason he has to do a Batman voice is because Kevin Conroy's voice is so iconic as Batman. So that's my nomination, Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
All right, Kevin Conroy is on the table. Jader, you're not going to vote last. I'm going to go to you first. Does Kevin Conroy make the list?
Oh my god, man, this is fucking hard, dude. I love Kevin Conroy's Batman. I really, really do. But I don't know, to put him up there as better than a Keaton, man. It's really hard for me, man. Fuck. This sucks because I do appreciate his work, man. I really do love the animated series. It's amazing. But I think I'd rather put Keaton up there than Conroy, to be completely honest with you. It's an out of the box, obviously, answer, which I'm all about. But if we're gonna have to go with one Batman, it's probably gonna be Michael Keaton for me.
All right, so that's 1 no for Kevin Conroy. I'm gonna go to me next, and I'm going to give this one a yes, because I know this is like a joke thing to say now, but Kevin Conroy is my Batman. Not only did I grow up loving the animated series, even taking that out of it, you still got Mask of the Phantasm, which is maybe like top 2 Batman movies of all time. Just the way he's able to put on such a great performance that rivals a lot of live action actors who play Batman with just a voice. I think it's massively impressive, and I think that I honestly coming into this, I thought it was gonna be like my Hail Mary pass later in the show, but I'm glad to bring it early because I want to get yes. I think Kevin Conroy absolutely should be in the top 7. Gonna go to Craig next. Craig, Kevin Conroy does he make top 7?
So you put me on the spot now. Okay, so it's. I feel like if this was a top 10 that we narrowed it down to, it would be easier for me to give this a yes. So I'm literally undecided right now because my pre-list I drew up, I did have a Batman listed, and it was neither of the ones you said. But here's the thing, Jader. We don't have to only nominate one Batman. There's going to be 7. We can nominate 6 Batmans. We've got one. We've got one spot not locked in already.
God bless the person who nominates Clooney on this show.
Yeah,
he's
Michael
in my
Clayton
list.
counts.
Clooney is in my list, dude. So,
but see, it's because when you take into consideration. When you take into consideration the entire run of that franchise, like, because this isn't just, if this was just movies, it would be hard to just give it to him because there's so many other, but because we're talking about the entire length of the animated series, I've got to give this a yes vote. That's it. I'm done. Yes.
All right, Kevin Conroy.
He passes it. Holy shit.
He takes the second spot on the list. Kyle, you did not get a vote this time. So what would you have said about Kevin Conroy?
I would have given it a hard pass. I don't think we've had a perfect Batman. I don't think any of these Batmans deserve to be on the list. So we're already wasting a spot, guys. What are we doing? That was Paul Rudd's spot. What are we doing?
All right. Well, you know what, Kyle? You get to set the table for the next spot because it is your nomination.
Shoot, so this is what makes it tough because there's some clear ones that I want to put on there, and they probably will make it on there. But do I throw my wild card in this early just so you guys can knock it out? Well, let me say this: there's an anti-hero count.
If you're gonna go Venom, I'm gonna kick you out of the show.
I'm not going Venom. No. Would an anti-hero count though, or do you have to hear the person?
I mean,
just nominate it.
Just nominate him.
Nominate
shoot it down.
Okay. I like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn in both Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad. And if we're going I feel like we need a female, or we need an actress on this list because we need a female portrayal, I feel like, on this list. And also, she is kind of the perfect embodiment of the character. I think Margot Robbie just completely owns that role. And, walking out of Suicide Squad, everyone thought she was clearly the best part. Not a high bar, granted, but it was still pretty great. I mean, if you look at Halloween these next 5 years, that's all you've seen from women dressing up as is Harley Quinn. And now with Birds of Prey coming out last year, I thought that movie was fantastic. I thought she led that film great. And I think she's completely made this character her own to the point where they, gave her own movie. And now she's going to be in Suicide Squad coming up again. So she's not going away anytime soon. And I feel like she's probably the best bet for this. But do you guys consider her a villain?
I mean, I guess she's kind of the hero on Birds of Prey, so I'll allow it.
There we go.
Yeah, she's the protagonist. She's
also, Ferris, we just started. We have 2 spots taken on the list, one by Hugh Jackman, the other by Kevin Conroy as Batman. Yeah. All right, so Margot Robbie is on the table for voting. I'm going to go to Dwayne first this time.
This one is, I mean, it's an interesting pick, but I think this one's gonna have to be a no for me. And it's I like Harley in the animated series so much. Actually, in both animated series, so much more than I liked her in
the Kelly Kuko one is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's the big reason it's a no for me. Just because I like both animated versions of the character so much more than I like Margot Robbie's portrayal as Harley Quinn. If I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna join you. I'm jumping on that same bandwagon because I am so fucking sick of Harley Quinn. Honestly,
oh man.
Oh, Kelsey just gave this video a dislike.
I'm sick of Harley Quinn. I've been sick of Harley Quinn for years. So like, Margot Robbie's talented. She's doing well with this role, but yeah, it's gonna be a no from me. I'm gonna go to Jader next. Jader,
No, man, why me? Give it to Craig, man.
No, because I say so. That's why, Jader.
Oh man. You know what? It's gonna go to Craig regardless. I'm gonna give this a yes. I'm gonna give this a yes.
That's my co-host.
Reason why is I kind of there's only two other females that I was thinking about when putting on this list. We'll see. We throw it. The other one was more of a Hail Mary than Harley Quinn, but I really do think that Margot Robbie kills it in this role. I know you're sick of her, but
look,
she absolutely.
We'll vote Lori Petty in later if you just say no now. It's fine.
I don't know. How'd you know it was Tank Girl? How'd you know it was Tank Girl, man?
I know it's Laura Vandervoort from Smallville. That's your...
All right.
So,
Craig, I guess your deciding vote now.
I decided my vote as soon as he said. Well, not as soon. It took about 5 seconds to decide. So here's the thing. She's only been in 2 movies. And one of those was Suicide Squad, which is decidedly not a great film. But I had a friend say, after watching that film, he said, Suicide Squad is a great movie if you don't care about plot or characters or story development. And the funny thing is, I actually agreed with him, but I enjoyed the movie because, you don't like the plot's bad, characters are bad, but the performances, and specifically the performance of Harley Quinn by Margot Robbie, who then just took the character to another level in the Birds of Prey film. And quite frankly, this was my wife Sonia's favorite superhero portrayal. So I would, I have to vote yes on this. Boom!
Really? Wow.
Holy shit.
Jesus. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
I think we should do. I think we should do top 10. We do a top 10 nominated and then call that down.
No, it's not the show works, Greg. We have rules. This is not nom.
It's not nom.
This is not nom.
Yeah.
Fine. Kyle, I hate you, but Margot Robbie's on the list.
Boom.
Jader, you're also on my shit list. You got the next nomination. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Craig, you're also on my shit list, but you have the next nomination.
Wait, who does? Me or Jader?
Craig, you do.
I do.
Off, Jader.
Well. So look, I feel like we're all just like sitting back and waiting to let somebody else waste their turn nominating Robert Downey Jr. because he's obviously going to make the list. But I'm going to go with a different MCU person, and I think I'm going to get accused of recency bias for this. But to me, the best MCU film was Avengers: Infinity War.
Really?
And the we had this conversation on the Jader and Kyle show.
This is a known fact.
I must have forgotten.
It was the number 1 overall.
It was the number 1 overall pick in the draft we did.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Age of Ultron. I apologize.
Oh, what the hell?
Sorry.
Don't put those words in my mouth.
Oh, I know where you're going. Oh,
I misheard you.
And the heart and soul of Avengers: Infinity War was Wanda and Vision. And then we just completed that 9-episode run of that fantastic series. And I got to give it up for Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff. That is my nomination. The range of emotion that she portrays in that, and I've mentioned this online. It's like, look, the way that show, portrays like, grief and the grieving process, which is something I've been very familiar with this past year.
I literally just wrote Elizabeth Olsen.
Exactly. That show does it way better than like serious films does it. In her performance in both the film and the TV show, 100%, I have to give it to her. She's in my top 5. In fact, she was the first name I thought of when I started thinking of top 5 superhero portrayals. Again, there's a little recency, but on so many levels, she knocks it out of the park.
All right. So Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff is on the table. Dwayne, I think I know where you're going, so I'm just going to go you first.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the last nomination because I want this one to go through so bad, and I felt that this was going to be a little bit of a Hail Mary, because of up until WandaVision, what we got from the character was not a lot, but I think we got so much in WandaVision and Infinity War, and even her big moment in Endgame with Thanos. Just
best moment of the film.
It's
maybe
baffling. It's baffling for me to think of a top 5 and not have her portrayal as Wanda in that top 5.
All right. So that's a yes from Dwayne.
That's an absolute yes for me.
Right. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. If Margot Robbie got shut down, I'd be more inclined to say yes to this. We're running out of spots, and here's the thing. I mean, she's an easy pick right now. I think she's awesome in WandaVision. I do agree with that, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of actors and actresses who have like had more time to let their characters like resonate, and let them marinate with time. So if she makes, I'm not gonna be upset about it, but I'm giving it a no. I'm gonna go to Kyle next.
I agree with the sentiment that she's amazing in WandaVision, and I think she was good in most of the other Avengers films. I think she's been pretty good in them. But I'm looking at my master list here that has 6 names on it, and we've already put a 7th with Kevin Conroy, so I'm hoping we get my people. It's not that she's bad. It's not that she is not worthy, but I wouldn't put her on this list just because it's so new, and I feel like there's other people that are just more deserving. To that point, I also think Paul Bettany and his Vision, maybe he'll come up later, but I feel like they're kind of hand in hand at this point, and I'm not going to go one over another, so I have to say no on this.
I don't even know who you are. All right, Kyle, you're slowly inching back into my good graces. Slowly. We'll see. Jader, you're deciding.
Fuck you, Kyle. God damn it.
That's Chris's line.
No, man.
You know what you have to do.
No, I know, man, and that's the thing. We voted Margot Robbie way too early.
Yeah.
It's. We have 7 of these, all right. I know it's top 5, but 7 get to go in.
7 get to make the first round.
All right, cool. If that's the case, man, if we're going in 7, then I'm gonna give this one a pass. She's gonna go in. No. Like I want her to.
You're
go
voting
in.
yes, then.
Or choice of words.
Yes, I'm voting yes.
Okay, good.
Choice of words.
Yeah, my bad.
Yes.
My bad.
You said a word that could mean the exact opposite of what you intended it to mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I do not think that word means what you think it means.
This is crazy. Someone good's gonna get left off.
Yeah, we're burning through these spots surprisingly fast. Which means it's going to get a lot harder as this goes on. Hooray. All right, fine.
This is going to get very hard.
4 spots already taken. Thank you, Kyle.
Has anyone been shot down yet?
No, that's the problem. No one's been shot down.
You have.
Well, look, we each went with our top. Look, we each went with our top pick, and our top picks are good.
Maybe,
Kevin Conroy got shut down.
No, he didn't.
No, he's
made it.
No, he got.
Oh,
in.
is he?
Yeah, you better change your vote.
Well,
yeah, there's no change in votes now. Retroactively.
I'll allow it if you want to change it. I'm not gonna say
we have four out of 7 spots are filled.
We got 3 spots left.
Oh my god.
All right, fine.
God, dude.
Maybe Jader was the first one to get shut down.
This is gonna be fun.
Jader, good.
Jader, you better pick an obvious choice.
Oh, mine was an obvious choice because these guys can't get off the list, man. So I was gonna go with Robert Downey Jr., but that one's just gonna be fun. We're just gonna keep him off right now. So I'm gonna go with the next obvious choice in my opinion, and that's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. All right, so Ryan Reynolds for me, we first impressions aren't always good. Because what we saw in Wolverine, they actually shut the mirth with the mouth, like they shut his mouth. We didn't fucking hear him speak just in the very beginning, obviously, but then patiently waiting, he got the passion project through, and I honestly I feel like he was born to do this role, and hilarious character. and Ryan Reynolds just portrays him so perfectly that I honestly can't even think of anybody off the top of my head. Even with Wolverine, I could probably think about one or other two actors that may be able to do it, but I really can't do this with Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, so that's my vote.
All right, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool is up for top 7. I think I heard Craig audibly sigh, so I'm gonna go to him first.
No, well, it's there's 3 spots left, and I feel like we're just saving one for Robert Downey Jr. And so it's like, okay, is this going to be one of our last 2 spots? And I can't argue with anything that Jader just said. It's funny because like Ryan Reynolds is someone who I was not overly fond of as an actor until he did Deadpool. And like, you know, he did Green Lantern, and I thought he did not have the emotional range to pull off that role. Like his, you know, I thought he had a limited range. But even in this, his kind of like going into this, like, okay, his cockiness will really play it up, and it did. But he even hits the emotional beats in this, which is
Absolutely.
like, you know,
which we see in Deadpool too.
Yeah, he grew as an actor so much between Green Lantern and this. I cannot deny that Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. So there we go. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Ferris Muthana has that hot take in the chat here.
Nice little hot take.
I hope you wore a.
Oh my God, Ferris!
I hope you wore a fireproof suit when you were handling that hot take.
Big black eyed peas, man.
Yeah, but yeah. All right, but yeah. So this is a yes. This is a yes for me, dog.
All right, I'm gonna go to Dwayne next. Dwayne, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. Does he make top 7?
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. This is gonna be a no for me, dog. I like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but to me, it just feels like Ryan Reynolds. It just feels like him being himself on screen. It doesn't feel like he is actually portraying.
But that's why it's perfect, because that's how he is. That's how Deadpool is.
That's the problem for me is I don't want to see him being himself on screen. I want to see him transform into another character. I want him to have to act. And there are little moments of it, but the majority of what we get in Deadpool is stuff that we've seen him do in other films. It's not anything new. It's more of the quippy, smart ass kind of a douche bro that we get in, you know, The Proposal or any of those rom-coms that he did, you know, in the early 2000s to mid 2000s. Like it as much as I like parts of Deadpool, I just can't put it in the top 7.
All right. Gonna go to Kyle next.
I'm not a fan of Deadpool 2. I've made that clear before with Jader. I don't think that movie is very good, but I'd be ignorant if I didn't say yes to this. I put Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad's terrible, but she's great in it. Ryan Reynolds is great in both of these films. The way I looked at this list is can you picture anyone else playing this character? Anyone else? And Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool? No. I think he's one of the clear, obvious choices. So I have to go yes on this.
Craig, did you say yes? I forgot.
I did say yes. Yes.
No, he's in. We're good.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
What were you gonna say?
I would have said no.
Oh wow.
Cool. All right. So let's five up, 5 in.
Yeah, 5 up, 5 in. Wow. Again.
Someone nominate Downey. Can we get this out of the way?
And then Battle Royale for the last spot.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we got to do.
Can we just do a collective vote on Downey real quick?
I mean, that was gonna be my next nomination anyway. So yeah, Downey, he's in. Right?
All right.
He's in. Yeah.
I actually would have voted no, but
really,
yeah.
Oh, I want to hear why.
Yes.
For similar reasons to Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. Like it feels like a lot of him on screen, especially more so in the first 2 Iron Man films. When you get to Iron Man 3 and on, it feels a little bit less like Robert Downey Jr. and more like Tony Stark. But that's my big reason why is I could also see other people in that role, which is, I mean, even with I don't think that there's a single role on my list that I could say no one else can be in that role. Even Logan and Wolverine, even if you were to look at Deadpool or Cap, there is someone else that can fill that role. Maybe not quite the same, but there's someone else that could bring something just as good and maybe slightly different to that role. But yeah, it would have been a no for me, but it doesn't matter because all four of you said yes.
Well, 6 up, 6 down. Dwayne.
This is crazy.
We're about to, Kyle, again, this is all your goddamn fault.
This is all your goddamn fault, man.
Okay,
Margot, okay, we're not going to besmirch Margot Robbie. Okay.
So I don't know which Hail Mary to go with, but I guess I will go with the character that I picked. That if we had allowed villains, I would have picked his villain because he is only as great as he is for me because of his villain, and that's Bruce Willis as David Dunn / the Overseer.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I didn't say comic book superheroes, which should be more specific. But that's fine.
I mean, if you want me to go comic book superhero, I have another Hail Mary that I can pick.
No. I was not clear on the premise of this show, so you're within your rights.
But Unbreakable is bar none my favorite superhero film of all time.
Really?
It actually changed the way that I watch superhero films and superhero origin stories. Because as we watched it for the first time, we didn't really know what the movie was. And going back and watching it again, and with the understanding that it is a superhero origin film, it completely changes the way that you watch that film. And I know Split isn't Glass isn't the greatest ending. But I don't have a problem with Bruce Willis in Glass. I honestly just have a problem with the way the story ended. And like Craig said about Suicide Squad, if you don't care about the story, but you enjoy the characters. And for me, I at the end of the day, I don't care. I only don't like that one part of the story. Everything else I like. Every other time I've seen Bruce Willis on screen as this character, I have loved it. So I had to pick David Dunn.
I mean, I do appreciate you going with your passion. I do gotta love superhero goes by the Overseer. That's a name that strikes fear to the heart of men.
He has a couple different names, but that's the one that I think they settle on.
That's the official. That's the official one.
Yeah.
No, that's the official. That's canon.
Yeah,
as the kids say. All right, Bruce Willis is up for top 7. And look, I this is something you're clearly passionate about, Dwayne. And I do admire that. But
I know it's going to be no's, but I just wanted to talk about
Samuel L.
it.
Jackson blows him out the screen in that movie. And like, if this were best super villains, we'd probably have an argument for Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass.
That would have hands down been my nomination.
But our next episode.
Next one. And Kyle's not invited this time.
I came prepared with the villain list too.
So yeah, that's a no from me on Bruce Willis. Even though I do agree, he is good and unbreakable. Jader, Bruce Willis as Mr. Glass. Oh, sorry,
same
Bruce
exact
Willis
thing.
As David Dunn.
Yeah, I know what you meant. No, and it's not that. It's just I feel he gets outshined by Samuel L. Jackson in the film as well. It's literally what you were. I was like, no, sorry.
Craig, you can still keep it alive if you want to.
Yeah, for me, so look, I really enjoy both of these movies, but I feel like if we're looking at the last spot, I feel like his performance in this is it's an understated performance, which is strong in acting terms, but at the same time, it just makes it not stand out as a top 7 for me. So I'm going to say no.
All right, so that is it. Dwayne, your pick has been killed.
That's fine. I knew it was a Hail Mary.
Your pick was
all I have left on my list is Hail Marys.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if one of those gets caught by DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I'll say your pick was drowned in a mud puddle.
All right, with that, Kyle, going to you next for your next nomination. You gonna break the show again, or are you gonna follow the rules?
No. I want to make sure this person gets on the list, so I'm gonna throw him out there. Chris Evans is Captain America. Steve Rogers. He needs to be on this list. Absolutely. If anyone embodies this good-hearted, good-souled person more than him, please tell me who that is, because I think he's just absolutely incredible in this role as Captain America from his first debut in 2011 and the first Avenger. He's only grown as a character ever since. We see the struggle he goes through with learning that everything was just a lie through Winter Soldier, and then obviously through everything with the Avengers film, Civil War, having to make a decision, and also committing wrongings of his own by not telling Iron Man about his parents died, stuff like that. And then you see the full escalation of him finally being the leader we always wanted, never turning his back, always being someone who's super strong. And I just can't imagine anyone else being Captain America. So Chris Evans to me is my final pick.
It might not be your final pick. It might keep going if it gets shut down. But we'll see. this might not be the end, and it's all your fault. I want to be clear. This is all your fault.
You better give it to Chris. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give Dwayne first crack. Dwayne, are you gonna give it to Chris?
No.
Give it to a Chris.
All right. That's it. Okay,
he wasn't even on my top 10.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. That's one no for Chris Evans, Captain America. I'm gonna go to Jader next. Jader.
Motherfucker. Man, I don't know, man. That's my favorite Marvel film is The Winter Soldier, man. And I really love Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. So I'm going to let Craig decide. Yeah, that's a yes for me, Doug.
That's 2-1 right now? Or is it
no, well, it's 1-1 because I haven't voted yet.
It's 1-1. Yeah, he hasn't voted either.
Yeah, and I'm going to vote no because we have one spot less on the list and I feel like being choosy with it. And he's great. And if we had more spots, I'd probably give this one a yes. But
so would you now? The answer to Kyle, the question to Kyle is: would you rather put Steve Rogers or Margot Robbie in there?
I'd rather put him over Kevin Conroy.
That's not the question.
That's not the question.
It's the absolute question. We have 7 spots, and Kevin Conroy was not on my list.
All right, which means responsibility falls on Craig. Craig does. Chris Evans, the last spot on the list.
Look, everyone knows I'm a big MCU shill. But I'll say this, though. In the film Avengers, I feel like there are 6 other performances that I would put in above this. I would rather, Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson. I would rather Chris Hemsworth. I'd rather look for the balance of the role, not specifically just the Avengers, but I'm saying of the Avengers cast.
But still, I think it's surprising.
Yeah. No. Anyway, so it's a no for me. I'm gonna say no. I love Chris Evans, but he's in a franchise full of really talented performers.
Ouch.
All right, so Chris Evans does not.
Do you guys not like America?
7.
No, not really.
To be honest, I think we're not doing great either. So it's another show.
Craig, 1 spot remaining. Do you have the person to fill that spot?
All right, so I could go with the person I wanted to go with next, or I could go with probably the best person on my list. And I think the best person on my list is one Mr. Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier.
That was my next pick too.
Yeah, that performance. Some of the movies he's relegated to, a lot of exposition, but especially when you go to what his entire body, especially the high mark being Logan. Like, he gave, in my opinion, an Oscar-worthy performance in Logan. I was very disappointed that it didn't get, it didn't get a lot of hype. It didn't get a lot of build-up, and of course did not get any nominations. But he was able to play that role with, in that film alone, he played that role with just such vulnerability and just such a range of emotion, of sadness and whatnot, of the regret of what he'd done. You could not it would be very difficult to think of anyone that could have played that role better than Patrick Stewart did. So that's my vote.
He played that role better than the comic book character itself, man.
Patrick Stewart up for top 7. I'm gonna go to Jader first. No, sorry, not Jader.
Absolutely.
Kyle.
Oh,
okay, fine. Never mind. Yeah, since you already gave your vote, you go ahead.
Okay, absolutely. That was my next pick, regardless. Just 17 years of greatness. I can't. It's another one that I can't picture, which is crazy. It's all X-Men. Like again, it goes back with Hugh Jackman, with Ryan Reynolds, and now Professor X. But same thing. I just absolutely love him, and like even in the bad films, he's great in it. Given the weak script that he's got, but he shows up 100% every time. 17 years later of greatness. So absolutely.
All right, so it's 1 yes for Patrick Stewart as Professor X. I'm gonna go to Kyle next. The person I meant to go to, but you're basically the same person to me right now. Kyle, does Patrick Stewart make top 7?
Not because he's bad, but I can't say yes to this because yes, he's great in the role. But I've seen someone do it really good also in movies in James McAvoy. Like, I don't think we can just discredit James McAvoy. I think he's actually really good as a younger Professor X. And that's something we got to take into consideration. Also, it's a top 7 list at this point, and he's not one of the people I had on my list. So I have to go no.
All right. So that's 1-1. Going to go to Dwayne next.
It's also going to be a no for me. Similar to the reasons you guys voted down my last nomination. But I think Ian McKellen outshines Patrick Stewart significantly for me as Magneto. And if I was going to pick someone from those films, it would always be Ian McKellen as Magneto. So it's the only reason I would pick Patrick Stewart in this scenario is because we're only talking heroes, and because of that I can't vote yes just because of that.
Fair enough. So
It's you.
Oh, it is me. Oof. Let's see, one spot on the list, and I do love Patrick Stewart quite a bit as Patrick Stewart is great. Patrick Stewart's Professor X is great. It's tough.
One of us. One.
There's actually legitimate stuff, and again, this is one I'd be more inclined to say yes for. We have more spots, but we gotta be choosy at this point. This is the fight to the death portion of the show, so I'm gonna lean slightly towards no on this one.
Heard that.
If America can't get on there, neither can Patrick Stewart.
Neither can England.
People, it had nothing to do with how many spots were left. And me nominating Patrick Stewart had nothing to do with how many spots were left. It's but the tribe has spoken.
Tribe has spoken.
That's it.
Jader, you're closing us out this round. Who are you going to throw up for the last spot in the top 7?
I'm just going to get this guy shut down now, but this is somebody that I would have mentioned earlier. But
Margot
I want to
been
nominate.
voted in.
Yeah,
He's going
pretty
Will Smith.
much. No.
Hancock.
How'd you
I'm not gonna
know?
lie, I thought about putting him on my list.
I also thought about that.
No. I'm gonna it's gonna get shut down, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna nominate Brandon Lee as the Crow.
I knew it.
Absolutely. I have to, man. Brandon Lee, he was fantastic in the film. He kicked ass. Obviously, he was taken away too early, obviously, before we saw him really shine. But I feel like that, obviously seeing that movie recently, just the fact that you just feel his loss, his love, like that character for me has never been embodied. They tried and they try and they try and they try and they can't. You're never gonna grab that magic. Even trying to reboot the film, they absolutely can't just find that magic anymore. So I feel like there's a reason for it, and it's because it's his role. So.
All right, so Brandon Lee from The Crow. I'm gonna be first. I don't want to be deciding vote on this one. Now look, As much as I don't relish speaking ill of the dead. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this.
no, because he's good. He's good in The Crow. But I feel like the myth of The Crow has kind of outgrown The Crow itself. If that makes any sense. Like it's the whole mystique and whole, you know, not synergy, but the whole idea, the fact that this is the character that is basically all about like it's both centered around death, and he also happened to have a main actor who tragically passed away on set. It's just, I think that kind of supersedes the film, and he's good in it. But I do like it as an unconventional pick, but I'm gonna have to lean towards no on this one. I'm gonna go to Kyle next. Kyle, does Brandon Lee make top 7?
I can't do it, Jader. I knew you were going to do it too. I can't do it, man.
Of course I was going to do it. Any
my-
chance that I can mention The Crow, I will.
Yes. The reason why I say no is just because I feel like someone else can also do this. I don't know who the actor could be, but I feel like someone else could also play
We've
this
seen several
character.
examples of the decades that showcase that nobody else can do this.
Nobody.
Not
else.
yet.
Can't
Not
try.
yet.
Not that they can't try.
But I feel like he's not one of the top 7 to me. Even if like we're trying to limit this list, I can't put him on this at all. So no Crow.
Greg, going to you next.
I will not speak ill of the dead, so I'll just say no.
Rest in peace, Brandon Lee.
The nomination was the award. Thank you. Next.
Dwayne, what would you have said about Brandon Lee?
I would have also said no, but it is an inspired pick, and similar to the reason why I picked David Dunn. Like I knew it was going to get shut down, but it's someone that I wanted mentioned because it is a great portrayal. It's just not top 7.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in an era of like throwaway picks because this is gonna be my first throwaway pick, possibly, because I know people's relationship with this movie can be semi-complicated. Because my first pick is gonna go to someone that I grew up watching, and really kind of became like my idea of what a superhero could be.
Is he gonna pick
in
Graham
medium.
Phillips in
It's
the
Lauren
classic
Petty.
Ben 10?
Yes, I am picking Lauren Phillips and Ben.
Kurt Russell, Sky High.
Kurt Russell, this guy. No, I'm going classic. I'm going Christopher Reeves Superman. Just because I think that people's relationship with Superman movies, the early ones, are complicated. People either really love them or I think they're like super overrated. Personally, I really love the first two. And I think that at the heart of that, you have Christopher Reeve Superman. Now, this is a character that everyone said it's difficult to make work in any medium. Because, how do you make a character who can basically do anything interesting? But I think that Christopher Reeve is able to bring like a gravitas and basically like the embodiment of a hero to it, as well as he brings up a great physicality of the role that I didn't notice when I was a kid. Like when he's Clark Kent, like he's hunched over, he's changes his manner of speaking, he changes like every single manners about him to where he does make Superman and Clark Kent feel like two different people, which is why when people can't see through glasses, you almost don't question it because like, okay, yeah, you wouldn't assume that this dude and this guy are the same person because you're not going to notice. You're not going to notice like how they look. You're just going to notice how they act. So I think that's great, and I do like the moment where he's about to reveal to Lois like he's Superman, and you literally like see him like transform right in front. Like he stands up straight, he flexes, and is like, oh, he just took it all off, and he is Superman right now. So I think that he was the first actor to really kind of take to heart a superhero role. This mean Adam West, but he put in the physicality, he put in the work, and yeah, I think Christopher Reeve absolutely is deserving of top 7. I'm gonna go to Jader first. Jader, does Christopher Reeve make top 7?
No. I love and respect his work, but for some reason, man, I know reading the comics and watching the movies and all that, he does portray a really good job. But I really like what Cavill has done with the role. I am actually really upset that they're not continuing, or we never got the official Man of Steel sequel, because I really
Snyder
do
cut.
love.
We might get there. There's some
Hopefully,
talk.
but as of right now, or what? I mean, they did mention that he was going to come back, but I hope we do get more Cavill because I really do like him, and that's the only reason why. Again, when we're doing this list, it's like I can't picture anybody else do it. So for me, that's the only reason why I say. Which I love and respect Christopher Reeves' first two films. I really do love the first two films as well. But no,
sorry,
no
I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you said you said no, Christopher Reeve in favor of a guy who has the acting range of a crumpet, but whatever. That's fine.
He's got an epic mustache, though.
He has look. That's where the acting is. It's all in the mustache. That's why.
What do you think? What do you think I grew this?
All right, Greg, you go next. Christopher Reeve Superman. He's made top 7.
See, this is one that this isn't a throwaway pick is the problem, and it's like
it's not a throwaway pick.
Yeah, it's this.
It's not a throwaway pick. I say throwaway in the fact that I know people either really love the first Superman or really think they're okay.
Yeah, but this one's hard because it's like first off, what you said 100%. Now, even before you said it, what I was thinking was, he is one of the few people who have been believable as both Clark Kent and Superman, and that's really I see Jader squinting his eyes at me like he's like, how dare you say that about Henry Cavill? But no, but it's like he does make Clark Kent and Superman feel like two different people, and it's like it's so hard to get that dichotomy, and it's so hard to get in any superhero film to get like you see it with Spider-Man, you see it with Batman, you get some people who are great as the hero but not as the secret identity and vice versa, and he is for me easily the best Superman. And Superman is, a very iconic character, and he's done this for. Fuck it, yes.
Thank you, Craig. All right, gonna go to Kyle next. Kyle.
Fuck it, no, I'm not putting him on this list. I don't hate those Superman movies.
That's for America.
If we're going to America.
If we're going to America, so you're saying no to Captain America because we hate America, but now you're saying no to actual America.
Captain America will go back in time. He doesn't need to reverse time like Christopher Reeve does. No, but also it's really because there's other people who have played Superman that other people really like, and it has a performance that is held up by some people in that regard, and I don't go back to watch those films at all. So I'm not gonna say yes on this.
Dean Kane's not making the list, Kyle.
You better put Paul Rudd on.
Maybe we'll get Tyler Hoechlin on.
I really like him as.
I can't vote because I haven't seen Ways because I don't watch Arrowverse anymore. I'm tired of it. Dwayne, I think you're the deciding. Yeah, you're the deciding vote in this case. This is
you are the
make
deciding
the
vote.
top 7.
It is going to be a no for me, and only because there are other people that I like more in the role of Clark Kent and Superman, and not just in the films. I actually really like what Tyler Hoechlin has done as Clark Kent and Superman, especially in the first 2 episodes of Superman and Lois, which I would say if you haven't given it a chance, give it a chance. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same feel as the rest of the Arrowverse stuff. But that's my big reason why is because there are other people that I like more in the role.
Fair enough. All right. So no.
Tom Welling. Actually.
Look. Christopher Reeve can make fake eggs just as good as Henry Cavill. Okay. Dwayne, going to your next nomination.
So Graham Phillips and Ben 10, that's going to be a no. So I'm just going to delete that.
Did you actually have that on your list?
Yeah, but as a joke, not seriously.
Do you have Vin Diesel in any role he's ever done on this list?
Vin Diesel, the pacifier.
So I will actually say I did for a second consider Vin Diesel as John Riddick, because his eyes are not natural; they are a superpower. But then I was like, that's a little bit of a stretch. So I'm not sure who I want to go with next, but I think I'm going to go. This list we have so far is a little pale.
I know where you're going.
So I'm going to bring some color to the list. And actually, everyone I have left has color. But instead of going with red, I'm going to go with black. And I'm going to nominate Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Red. Where you gonna write? Oh, okay. Fair
Morgan
enough. I
Freeman.
see what you did
Yeah.
there. Were you gonna nominate Adam Beach as
No.
Slipknot?
No, but Wesley Snipes as Blade. I don't know how it was for you, Chance, but seeing someone black in a huge whoa, what was
the
that?
fuck?
Is that Wesley Snipes?
But seeing a black hero in a major film made a difference for me as a kid, and not just that, but also Wesley Snipes. I'm interested to see what Mahershala Ali does as Blade, but I don't have a lot of faith in it.
Really?
Not because of his ability, but because Wesley Snipes for me is Blade. And I can say that because we have gotten other people in the role and it didn't work.
Oh, how's it Catan? That what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about Sticky Fingers in the Blade TV show.
That's right. It was released on DVD as House of Catan. Which, okay.
But
Sticky
we've
Fingers.
seen other people in the role and they were not even close to what Wesley Snipes brought.
We saw other
Even-
people. We didn't see other actors. We saw other people.
Even in Blade Trinity, where we know historically he didn't want to be there, he's still my favorite part of that movie.
So good. Didn't even want to open his eyes.
So I have to at least throw it out there for a nomination.
Okay, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
So I do like the choice, and I think Wesley Snipes is awesome in the first two Blades, and he's also fun in the third in Blade Trinity. But if we're gonna put a black superhero on, I feel like there are more deserving candidates than Wesley Snipes.
Cyborg.
Oh yes, Ray Fisher is Cyborg.
I mean, I
If
do
we don't vote him in, he'll complain.
I do have another one that was kind of like my back and forth between these two.
I think I know.
I just decided to nominate Wesley first.
Right, fair enough. I mean, he did come first, so he did earn. Well, I mean, we're being real. Shaquille O'Neal came first. Should have got him.
Kazam?
Steal, man.
Absolutely.
Steal.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I have seen both of those movies.
So have I. In the theater.
But yeah, this is tough because if he makes it, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'd be happy to see him make the list, but I'm gonna lean towards no. Even though I do love Wesley Snipes' Blade, and I do think Mahershala Ali will kill the role in his movie whenever it comes out.
Let me be. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it's just not one of those roles where I'm like, oh yeah, he's got this.
right.
Like, because I've seen other people try to be Blade and they just weren't.
Fair.
Wesley.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Honestly, I get you. Gonna go to Jader next. Jader, Wesley Snipes' Blade. Does he make top 7?
You said no, right?
I did. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
So if I said yes, were you gonna say no?
Keeping it alive.
Just keep it in. No, the reason why is the same thing. Blade, I feel, is the reason why we have all these superhero movies to begin with. Because Marvel was in a fucking bankrupt if it wasn't for this fucking movie that made a bunch of fucking money. But just the opening scene to that movie, seeing that in the theater, and just, you know, him in the fucking shades and, you know, killing and kicking ass, man. It's just, I absolutely love this movie. And I you know, the only reason why I'm saying yes is because you said no, but still, it would have been really hard for me to say no had you said yes.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, fair enough. So he's alive 1-1. Going to Craig next.
So, first off, I want to second what Jader said in that the entire, like, our entire landscape of cinema would not be what it is today if it wasn't for Blade. Like, the golden age of superhero films would not have happened as someone who was living through the teenager at the time. Like, Blade is what got X-Men greenlit, and then X-Men is what got Spider-Man greenlit. And, like, superhero films were a joke before Blade. Like you said, Steel. It was like Steel. It was, Batman. Like Joel Schumacher had turned the Batman franchise into a joke with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Turn that into the worst gay club in Miami.
Yeah. And so I definitely want to give Blade props, but I waited in line for 30 hours at the most recent Comic-Con 2019, and just so I could be in the room for the MCU Phase 4 announcements. And the electricity, it hit its highest peak when they announced Mahershala Ali as Blade at the end. And I am so amped for this Mahershala Ali Blade, and I think he's going to absolutely kill it. So as everyone is saying, with other people, I couldn't imagine someone else. That's not an actual criteria I'm using for all my picks, but in this sense, he's someone that, because this is the seventh and final spot, and there's someone that I think will outshine him. I'm going to vote a no.
All right, so that is one. All right, so that's 2-2-2. So Kyle, deciding vote.
No, make this easy. I'm not playing. Come on, it's the best 7 super performances, and Wesley Snipes is not one of them. I'm sorry, Dwayne. I really like Dwayne's out of the box choices, and I agree we do need some color on this list, but it's not Wesley. When Mahershala Ali got announced, he was already better. That's just my opinion.
Jesus Christ,
he was already better.
You don't gotta do Wesley like that. Goddamn.
I just saw Coming to America. Like I'm good. That's enough Wesley for me.
He's actually one of my favorite parts of that movie. Actually,
there's never enough Wesley. The IRS would agree. Going to Jaden. Not Jaden. Sorry, going to Kyle.
Okay, so there's 2 that I really want on this list. And you can go the sentimental route, or you could go the route of what I kind of mentioned earlier. Because I do think there needs to be a Chris on this list, but I don't think so yet. Because I'm gonna go with Chadwick Boseman. I think it's time to nominate the king. Chadwick Boseman, obviously, we just lost him this past year, and I feel like he created such a powerful presence of a character in the shortest amount of time. And we didn't get everything that we could have gotten from him because obviously we lost him too early. But I feel like we got so much in the short amount of time that he had that he's already one of the best portrayals we've had as a superhero. In Infinity War, one of my favorite moments is just him chanting that war chant before they go running out into the field. I think he just has that powerful aura to him that not many actors can bring. So I'm going to put you guys on the spot here. The man's not alive, but he would love to win a spot on this top 5 list.
That doesn't matter. Brandon Lee died.
Boom!
Oh, yeah, that's true. And so is Christopher Reeve. We knocked that pick right off its horse.
Yeah.
Recency bias.
All right, so Chadwick Boseman is up for this. All right. We got color could get color in. Can Whitey get color in? Dwayne, does Chadwick Boseman make top 7? Hit him late.
Okay. It's a no for me.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, I gotta point out something. When did Dwayne say ever yes? Like it's been a while for Dwayne.
and the reason again that we've kind of used with some of the other picks is Michael B. Jordan completely outshines him for me. Killmonger and I almost kind of flouted the rules a little bit for this and nominated Killmonger because to me Killmonger is a hero. He is not a villain. And
that one I would not let slide. That one I would not have let slide.
But that's
fair.
That's why
I get the point.
That's a big reason why I can't vote yes for this because of what Killmonger was as a character and what Michael B. Jordan brought to that role. And to be fair, a lot of that is because he had Chadwick Boseman to play off of. But it's still for me, if I'm going to pick someone from that world, I'm gonna pick Eric Killmonger, not T'Challa.
Fair. Okay, that's one vote no for Chadwick Boseman.
I feel so bad right now.
I feel so
Like
bad.
I felt so bad having to make that.
You can still nominate Shaq. It's okay.
We can still get Shaq in there. It's cool. Craig.
Look, here's the thing. As much as I'd love to throw out my long shots like Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan the Barbarian, or Paul Bettany as Vision, or Adam West as our second Batman on the list, there was no way I was going to not let Chadwick Boseman make this list. And even though he was outshined by Michael B. Jordan in the Black Panther standalone film, that's not the only film that he played the character in. He was a standout performer in Captain America: Civil War, which was it was one of the first really big like packed casts, and he really stood out for that. And he is an actor who is able to just like transform into these. He's like a chameleon. He's like Gary Oldman in that regard. And so I will go for the 2021 Oscar winner for Best Actor. Chadwick Boseman is a yes for me.
All right, so that's 1-1. Jader.
Yeah.
I thought
Absolutely.
you were gonna be like,
Yeah.
no.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't say no to him, man. He's kind of piggybacking off of what Craig said. I remember when we got the Civil War trailer. We got the first trailer, it looked awesome. Second trailer, I think the second or last trailer.
You betray your brothers.
But then you get your Spider-Man, your little Spider-Man sneak peek. Everybody fucking loses their mind when they're going to see that movie because of Spider-Man. Me, Spider-Man being my favorite superhero. When I left that theater, all I could like talk about was Chadwick Boseman's performance and how he was fantastic as the Black Panther. So there's no way. I love the film. Actually, Black Panther's in my top 5 MCU films, and everything we've gotten from that character of T'Challa. There's no way I could pass this up. Absolutely, it's a yeah.
All right, so it's it. Our top 7 is closed.
Chance, what were you going to vote?
I was gonna say that next. I would have. It's tough because this is one I think saying no to, because I feel like, and this is not a fault of the movies, so I feel like he would have become more important and more interesting as the movies went on, but his career and the character was tragically cut short. But at this point, I would have said yes to anyone who I was like really into. And I was really into this one, so I probably would have gone yes on this one. But yeah, he would have made it either way. But he's in it no matter what. So,
just so we're clear, Dwayne was the only one that said no to Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yeah. I mean,
all right, so
he's also not like the character's not one that I identify with either. Like I don't identify with Black Panther at all. So, I mean, it's a me thing. It's not a.
You don't think of the dead. It's fine. Forget it.
No, I mean, because I love him
No.
in his other roles. I don't particularly identify, and Chance, I bet you run into this. People just assume you identify with a character because they're Black, and it's like,
yeah,
that doesn't mean that I like the character.
I don't know. Okay, just quick little tangent. This has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. I remember one time I was going to see a horror movie, and Boom and Holly was playing at the exact same time. I would about to think like, "Hey, can I get one ticket for Lights Out?" Like, okay, Boom and Halloween. I'm like, what? No, Lights Out, please. But anyways, we have our top 7. But before we continue, I'm going to give everyone a chance to go to the honorable mentions. My next nomination probably would have gone to Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon. I think
yes, I was almost went that way. Yeah.
Other ones, as we mentioned a lot, I love Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. We got a lot of the ones. Ron Perlman as Hellboy. I think
I had Ron Perlman on mine too.
That was the red that I was referring to.
Yeah.
That's the red. Okay, now I get it. That's a good pick. And one of my favorite Spider-Man, in movies. Tom Holland as Peter Parker. Dwayne, any other honorable mentions you want to throw out?
As you already mentioned, Hellboy. The next character of color that was on my list was Shamik Moore as Miles Morales.
That's another one, yeah.
And then the Peter Parker that I would have nominated, Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker.
So
Good one.
good. So good.
It's a good pick. All right, Craig, anything you want to throw out before we move on?
Yeah, no. So I named some of my because I didn't realize we were going to get to say our honorable mentions, so I named them before I cast my vote. But I would have voted yes on Riddick. By the way, that Riddick, I'm going to throw Riddick out there. I actually almost since Dwayne said he wasn't going to nominate him, I would have nominated Riddick then. I was like, sure.
I mean, Vin Diesel has two better superheroes than Riddick.
Does he have two better? I mean, the Iron Giant and Groot. Okay, maybe, but
And three,
Riddick is
three if you count Dom Toretto.
no.
Who is
Dom Toretto is
superhuman.
I prefer Riddick to Dom Toretto. That's just me.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one. Maybe not Dom Toretto, but
Yeah, but and then the other one I was going to throw out was so now I'm blanking on it. Jesus, I blame my winter logger. But hold on, there's one more I was going to say.
We did throw in. I did nominate Christopher Reeve. He didn't get in. Sadly,
Yeah.
he did not get in.
I voted yes.
If you remember that, we'll come back to you. But Kyle,
I'll just
mentions?
shout it out in a second.
Kyle, any other
Me?
mentions? Yeah, you.
Chris Hemsworth, obviously, I think he's greatest Thor, and I think he would be in a top 10 if we did this. I love what you said earlier, Craig, about Paul Bettany as Vision. I think he has only grown in estimation over these past couple of years. And a really, really wild card pick. The Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible series count. I mean, that guy does superhuman things in every single movie.
I mean, Tom Cruise is just as Tom Cruise is a superhero. So
Exactly. I really like the Rocket Raccoon call too. I feel like if we would have gotten around again, I probably would have given him a shot.
All right, and Jader, anything you want to throw out before we?
I had Billy Zane in The Phantom, Alec Baldwin in Shadow.
Halle Berry.
Phantom is the shit, guys. I don't know. What's that choice?
No,
Lauren Petty.
I actually had Lauren Petty. There you go. No, I actually had Hellboy written down. I actually had Chloe Grace Moretz for Hit Girl. I thought she does a phenomenal job in that, and Tom Holland and Chris Hemsworth.
All right.
Oh, I do recall who I was going to say. It's a Spider-Man. It's none of the Spider-Mans that have been mentioned so far.
So we got to Toby. You said Toby.
It is Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir.
Boom.
Okay. Probably wouldn't sniff the top 7, but I like.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, if honorable mention. I just threw him in as an honorable mention.
Lil Yachty as Jon Stewart in Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Zachary Levi is great as Shazam too. I just want to throw that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh shit! Did I say Zachary Levi? I meant to say that one. Zachary Levi is awesome as Shazam.
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It's also good.
She's fine. So I just don't think that Gal Gadot's that good an actress, but that's neither here nor there.
Gal Gadot is her character in Fast and Furious films.
All right, so we have our top 7. So our top 7 goes as follows. We have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff. I love how that's the only one I wrote their name. That's weird. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. So we have a interesting top 7 to say the least. I'm not gonna say solid. I'm gonna say interesting. That's the right word.
Patient Phillips is another one that I had written down. Patient Phillips.
Oh Jesus! Grace, all-star basketball star, Patience Phillips. All right, so
I
that was
really like this top 7, by the way.
We now move on to the cutting round. Cutting round means we have to cut this 7 down to 5. So this is the antithesis of round 1. We're all going to go around and nominate someone who we do not think should move on to top 5.
Kyle.
And we'll vote.
I was going to say, do we need to do this first round?
Yes, we do. Are you kidding me?
You understand? Okay, we understand how this is going to go. So I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Screw you, Kyle. Margot Robbie's on the chopping block.
How does this work? Are we voting?
Yeah, we're voting. So Kyle, should she move on, or should she get cut?
Listen, if anything, I feel like I've left my mark on this show forever by getting Margot Robbie nominated.
It's
Just getting her in here. Guys, we're really gonna put an animated character over, Margot Robbie? Come on, guys. So
Yes.
she deserves to be on this list.
All right, fun. You want to continue stubborn? Fine. There's one vote for her to stay. Dwayne.
Yeah, cut her.
All right, that's 2 votes, 2 cut. Craig.
I cannot vote to cut her. I will vote for her to stay.
Boom.
Which means we now move on to Jader. Deciding vote. Does she get cut? Or does
Jader,
she move on?
look who's left. Look who's left, and you really
I'm
think
looking
she
at
is one of the 2 that doesn't deserve to be on there?
I'm gonna be the one that has to do it. I'm sorry. Harley's gone. I'm sorry. We got her in there. Yeah, but I like more people on this list, dude.
And that is it. Margot Robbie is off of the chopping
It was
block.
a good run we had, Jader.
My conscience is clean. My conscience is clean.
All right, which means, you know what, Kyle, since you lost your pick, I'm going to give you the next cut. Who do you think should be nominated to not move on to the top 5?
Kevin Conroy needs to get off this list.
All right, Kevin Conroy.
Can I give a reason why, too? Can I give a reason why?
You can, go
All
ahead.
right. I really don't think we've had a perfect Batman yet. And I feel like there's so many people pulling different directions. Michael Keaton, Christian Bale. And Robert Pattinson might have it in the future. We're never going to stop making Batman films. And I really don't think he's I don't think he's the best one. So
clearly you haven't seen BVS.
if we haven't seen if he's not the best Batman to me, then he definitely doesn't deserve to be on the top 5. Plus, I saw him in that CW crossover, and he wasn't very good in it.
Do you bleed?
All right, fun. Dwayne, this was your nomination. Does he stay or does he go?
He stays, but I'm trying to think about your logic about the best Batman, and for some of these characters, you can't even use that metric because they haven't been portrayed by anyone else. So you don't have that metric to weigh that against them. But he stays for me because for me, he is Batman. When I hear his voice, I know exactly who that is. With any other animated character, I don't know if you hear their voice and you're like, oh yeah, that is that character, like you do with Kevin Conroy. And that to me almost means more than what we have with Hugh Jackman, and you see him and you see Wolverine, because you don't have that visual cue that you do with Kevin Conroy's voice, but everyone recognizes that voice as Batman.
All right, so that's
so
one
he
vote
stays.
for him. That's one vote for him to stay. And Dwayne, I'm gonna hop on your side right now because I agree, because he has cemented himself as an iconic person, iconic portrayal of Batman. To the point where when I read a Batman comic or read a Batman quote, it's his voice that's in my head, not anybody else. And I think that he's someone like Hugh Jackman, who's had that kind of permanence with this character. So yeah, I'm gonna say that he stays and he moves on to top 5. Jader?
Don't do it to me, man.
Yep.
God damn it. I really want to say yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we didn't even nominate any other fucking Batman, which is bizarre to me. That not even a Keaton or a Bale was even mentioned.
He is on something, Bruce. He is on something.
So I do want to have a Batman on this list, and that's why I'm inclining more to say yes. But I want to keep it interesting. I'm going to say no.
All right, fine. So it falls on the broad shoulders of Craig the Barbarian.
That's the reason why.
I mean, so here's the thing. It's I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a political vote, because at the end of the day,
We're going to cut the woman or the black guy.
well, at the end, no.
We're going to
I feel like my nominee of Elizabeth Olsen is the other most likely one to get voted off the island. And it's like if we have a top 5, that's Hugh Jackman and the other 4. No, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Robert Downey Jr., Elizabeth Olsen, and
Boseman.
and Chadwick Boseman. To me, that is a fantastic 5, and I am going to cut Kevin Conroy.
I was gonna give you a vote for Elizabeth Olsen, but I'm just gonna have to.
I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk it.
I didn't see that shit coming, man. Holy
Unbelievable.
Shit.
Fine. Wow. Jesus Christ. Kevin Conroy.
I thought Kevin Conroy was gonna go in. That's why I said no. I would have said yes. God damn it.
Now, do we need to? We don't need to vote on the rest of them.
Well, no, because the rest we already cut 2, so
yeah,
the rest are locked. So yeah, sadly, Kevin Conroy does not move on. Do you see what you did, Jada? This is all your fault.
Well,
awesome.
the thing,
we got Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. basically playing the exact same.
Well, no,
character.
but here's the thing: if someone had nominated Ryan Reynolds first instead of Kevin Conroy, I would have cut him instead. But I needed to make sure that Wanda got in. That's why I did it.
We could have still. All right, fine. But it would have gone to you next.
I saved the show from getting canceled by nominating Kevin Conroy.
Would have gone to you next, and you can nominate whoever you want.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have known who you guys. I wouldn't have known how you guys were going to vote. You know, Jader's over there just voting based on whatever anyone else voted, as opposed to his actual opinion. So
we got to make Jader vote last every time.
Every time.
Well, the time for voting last is over because we've moved on to the ranking round, which means we have our top 5. We're not going to put these in order. So if you all take out your whiteboards, paper, whatever you have on hand, a spot on the list is going to be up for voting. We're going to write down who we believe should go in that spot. So if you all will write down who you think should go in the number 5 spot.
Dwayne, see, I kept making the Survivor analogies. We should have made an alliance. Is what we should have done.
So we're just doing the number 5.
Yeah, just 5.
All right.
All right. Dwayne, let you go first.
I voted for Chadwick Boseman.
All right. Gator.
Chadwick Boseman.
All right. I'm going to go next. I have Ryan Reynolds. Greg?
I also have Ryan Reynolds.
Kyle, do you have either of these 2 actors written down?
I do not. I had Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay, so you have to pick who is going to be the number 5, Ryan Reynolds or Chadwick Boseman.
Ryan Reynolds is number 5.
All right, so Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is locked at number 5. Same thing. Write down who you think should be number 4 on the list. Also, one nomination I didn't get out. I want to give like a future, like, you know, calling my shot pick to Brie Larson because I feel like she'll get a lot better in Captain Marvel too, and subsequent movies. All right, Kyle, I'm going to go to you first.
I mean, it's still Elizabeth Olsen.
Jader, comments are going to change. Chadwick.
Yeah.
Dwayne, I'm assuming you didn't change.
Nope, didn't change. Chadwick Boseman.
Also, Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh.
Greg.
I mean, you really think I'm going to vote Elizabeth Olsen 4th? Chadwick Boseman.
How does that make any sense? Oh, wait, you had Ryan Reynolds. You had Ryan Reynolds. My bad.
Yeah.
All right, so Chadwick Boseman is the number 4 pick. So now, same thing. Number 3 spot.
This is surprising to me.
I think this is going to be unanimous.
Oh, I'm not. Watch my hands. I'm not changing anything.
It's not going to be unanimous. I can tell you that.
All right,
I
Kyle,
can tell you what all the
I'm
votes are right
assuming-
now.
I didn't change. Kyle, I'm assuming you didn't either.
No, I did. I put Hugh Jackman.
What the? Sure, that makes sense.
Elizabeth.
That's two for Lizzie Olsen.
Yep.
Dwayne
Robert Downey Jr.
and Craig.
I put Elizabeth Olsen.
All right, Elizabeth Olsen.
I think number 3 is exactly where she deserves to be.
All right, Elizabeth Olsen is locked at 3, which means we now come to the coup de grace, the top spot on the list.
Oh, so we're writing number 1?
Yeah. All right. Dwayne?
I honestly don't care who wins.
Jesus. Wow. Dwayne is mad. Dwayne is mad. Calm down, Dwayne. It's okay.
No, between these two, I don't care either one. Like they're the same. They're at the same level to me.
Well, fun. I got Hugh Jackman.
At number 1.
Jader. Yeah, Jader.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman number 1.
Greg.
Hugh Jackman number 1.
And it doesn't matter what Kyle said, but Kyle, what did you say?
I actually have Downey as number 1.
Really? Interesting.
I think Downey is the best portrayal of a superhero we've had.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what you think. You ruined the show. You ruined the show, and now this is the list we have because of you, and only you.
You guys destroyed America. It's not my fault.
All right, so our top 5 goes as follows. We have number 5, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Number 4, Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. Number 3, Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. Number 2, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. And number 1, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And Dwayne is super fucking pissed. Maybe he might not come back.
No.
Anymore. I'm not sure. I'm joking with you. But
We got to do the top 5 supervillain portrayals next. The same 4 of us, and let's get Bibiani instead of Kyle. I'm kidding.
I'm getting someone else. I'm getting someone else instead of Kyle.
Damn.
I know
I'm
that for
kidding.
sure.
You know I love
This
you,
is
Kyle.
brutal.
But yeah, I guarantee I'm doing a redux of this list. I can promise you that. Not like a redux of like everyone's eligible again. No, I'm gonna figure out the way to do this topic again because this is
Wait,
fun.
what are you talking about? This is the
If
yeah.
Octopus doesn't get nominated for the villain one, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, but
Here's how you do a redux of this. Make the MCU ineligible.
maybe we'll see about that.
Top 5 non-MCU superhero portrayals. There you go.
I'll think about it. But that's it. That's the show. That's the show. I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight. Dwayne, I know you got angry as the show went on, but I do hope you come back.
No.
I know. Where can people find you?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere on the internet at Burkmade.
All right, cool. Short and sweet. Jader, Kyle, where can people find you?
Go, partner.
You can find us online, the Jader and Kyle Show. We broadcast live once a week. What we do basically is we have a guest on, we interview them, and then we break down the movie of their choice. Tomorrow we have a pretty big guest coming on. If you're in Miami area, if you ever heard of Deco Drive, it's like their news channel down there. Lead anchor Alex Miranda is coming on. We're talking about American Psycho. So it's going to be a big episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please tune in tomorrow night, 9:30. You can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever it may be. Jader's anything. Oh, you can also find me at Kyle Movie Guy on Twitter, and then my name, Kyle Arango, on Facebook or Instagram, whatever it may be. And then, yeah, Jader, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, infamous J13 on Instagram and Twitter. Jader Paramo on Facebook, and check out my match, Schmodown, coming soon. Next Friday, March 19th, I face Janine the Machine. It's a great match. Make sure you guys check that out.
All right, awesome. And Craig, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Barbarian Craig. I'm on Instagram. Lately, I've just been posting adorable cat videos. It's CF Gagner. That's C as in Craig, F as in Frank, and Gaynier is in the French word for to win. And yeah, I haven't taped any matches yet this season, but I believe I may have a match or two that will air in April. So we will see.
All right, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, at ChanceWars_91. Check out the main show we do for this channel, the Notorious by Chance podcast. That's on anywhere podcasts are found. We're in the middle of theme month. We're reviewing the entire Hunger Games franchise. Our episode on Catching Fire will be out this weekend. And you can find me also on the show. And I have a match that actually drops this Friday. I'm facing the kid, and he's about to get his ass handed to him, like thoroughly handed to him. I can guarantee you that. So that's it. That's the show. Thank you for listening. And, always remember, hook is trash. You know it. Good night,
No,
everybody.
what? I do not endorse that message.